Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today, a newbie is going to talk about metal music. Now, I don't listen to much metal music, but I've been listening, I listen to rock music all the time. And sometimes I need something a bit heavier, a bit louder. But I will say that I do not like screamo music. Sort of I don't know if death metal screamo, but stuff where they're really screaming and getting into it. I'm not going to even try to reproduce it, but it gives me headaches, and this is not for me. So I will avoid that side of metal. But we're going to talk about some metal albums which I really enjoy today. And first of all, I want to start with a question, because I was listening to Metallica last night, and I was looking at this website. It was a list of the top 200 metal albums. Some great albums on there which I've heard of and not listened to, but these were on there, and I don't know what you distinguish as metal or hard rock, because the first one, and this was quite high up on their list, was Led Zeppelin 4. Now this is brilliant. This is one of the greatest albums ever made. But is it metal, really? I wouldn't consider this metal, but maybe I'm wrong. This one you could make more of a case, which was on there. I could kind of see how this is metal, but it's more hard rock, which might be wrong. But I think this is fantastic as well, don't get me wrong. I fucking love this album. And lastly, AC/DC's on there. I think this was like 5th or 4th on their list. But it's more hard rock than it is metal. I wouldn't, but maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, yeah, on to the albums I enjoy. So we're going to start with Bullet for My Valentine, a Welsh band, which is, congrats to Wales, because not a lot of good things come out of Wales. I'm joking. This is fantastic. I love the riffs, and I love the lead singer's vocals. And it comes on a beautiful, clear vinyl. I could just whip that out for you. Absolutely stunning. A really great find, great album. It's the only album of theirs I've listened to. I need to listen to more, but that is fantastic. Next up is Linkin Park's The Hunting Party. Now, Linkin Park started out as a new metal band, and their first 2 albums definitely had loads of metal flair in it, but it wasn't like solely metal, or didn't go fully into the metal sound, whereas this was like headstrong in that direction. This is their most metal album, with songs like Keys to the Kingdom, which is almost screamo music. Chester's almost really getting into it, and it sounds fantastic. All for Nothing featuring Paige Hamilton, Guilty All the Same, The Summoning, so many good songs. Rebellion, Mark the Graves, A Line in the Sand, the closing track. It's just fantastic. It was my favourite metal album, but now I've gotten into another album which is technically more metal than Linkin Park ever was. So it's not my favourite anymore, but this is one I definitely recommend, especially if you want to get into Linkin Park. It's one of the best. And it always surprises me how they could go from a metal sound to a pop sound, which unfortunately would be their last album, but this is fantastic. Now, the next one, I think they're the first metal band. That might be wrong. No, I swear I read they were the first proper metal band. We have Paranoid by Black Sabbath. This is fantastic. And I love that album cover. But, War Pigs is amazing. Paranoid is one of the greatest songs ever made. Everyone loves Paranoid. Even if you don't like metal music, you know Paranoid. Planet Caravan's great. Iron Man. I am Iron Man. I'm sorry. Rat Salad I like. And Hand of Doom. This is legendary. If you haven't heard this album before, I definitely recommend it. And then I've got another Black Sabbath album, which I think is their last album, or the latest. We have 13. Now, I'm not a huge fan of this album as a whole, but 2 songs, like God Is Dead, sounds fantastic. And I love the lyrics where Ozzy Osbourne is deciding between, does he believe in God, or is the whole religion thing over for him? And then Loner is a fantastic song. And I haven't listened to much of his solo career, Ozzy Osbourne, but his latest album, he had a song with, I think it was Elton John, that was pretty good. And then, what was I saying? Oh, and then his song Crazy Train. I absolutely love it. But otherwise, Black Sabbath are a fantastic band. Now, these next two and last two records I'm going to talk about are my two favourite metal albums. These are in my opinion, at the moment, are the pinnacle of metal music. So we'll start with number two, my second favourite. We have Number of the Beast by Iron Maiden. Now, that is a metal album cover. 80s metal album cover. It's just the sort of thing you imagine with the devil and and fire and people burning and I don't know I forget what the Iron Maiden's character's called. And I like the Bible verse on the back. But the music on this is brilliant. Now I'll admit I picked this up because I already knew and loved the song Run to the Hills, which is I think that one sort of transcends metal music into the mainstream a bit. But Invaders is great. Children of the Damned is a great song. The Prisoner, 22 Acacia Avenue. I love how the lead singer, Bruce Dickinson, sings the vocals on that song, or the chorus, I mean. Brilliant. The Number of the Beast has a great riff through it. Run to the Hills is amazing. Gangland. And the closing track, the epic closing track, Hallowed Be Thy Name, it's just brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. You know, this was my favourite metal album for ages. And it sounds amazing on vinyl. Really, really thick and heavy. And it really it blasts through those speakers. I love it to pieces. Now, so my reasoning for making this video originally was because somebody had asked me to review this next album. But because it's the only album by this band I know, and I haven't listened to it that much to get really into it, I was just going to talk about metal music in general, and I hope you enjoy this video. But my favourite metal album currently is Metallica's Black Album. This is fantastic. I'll admit, I knew Enter Sandman, and I knew, of course, where is it? Nothing Else Matters. My brain's dead today. Those are two fantastic songs, especially Enter Sandman as an opening track. Just brilliant. But I love, my favourite song on this album has to be Sad But True. That riff that goes through the song, the do, 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 it's so catchy and loud, and it's a proper headbanger. You absolutely love it. Holier Than Thou is great. The Unforgiving. I love how they can go into a more mellow, slow track. It's brilliant. Don't Tread on Me. Wherever I May Roam. I can't pronounce that. Through the Never. Of Wolf and Man. The Struggle Within. My Friend Misery. So many good songs on this album. And it's crazy that I had slept on this album for so long when I owned. This is a hand-me-down from my parents. It must be my dad's. I don't know. But this is an original Nothing Else Matters single with a live version of Enter Sandman on the B-side. But yeah, thanks for watching. Merry Christmas, of course. And if you're watching this and you love metal music, suggest some albums that you might think I enjoyed down below. Or let me know if you like the albums I spoke about today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Take care, everyone.